Hey, what's going on, guys? Lonely here, and today I will be bringing you a video that I'm just gonna title it "The Pros and Cons of Getting the Star Wars Battlefront game and Why You Should Get It and Why I Do and Don't Enjoy It." And I would just like to point out this is the beta, so obviously all these things will stay, and if they all do, then it can be good and bad. But sorry if there's an overly long list of cons. I didn't enjoy this game as much as I thought I might have, because right away from the get-go I didn't think I would like it, because it's, well, because of the people who made Battlefield Hardline, and from my knowledge that game didn't really do too well, and I was hoping this would be a lot more like the old one than this. This is just really not the Battlefront game like I expected. Okay, so now I'm going to start off with the list of cons for this game, because there's not enough pros for me to really start with them like you would think. But for a list of cons, the first thing I want to say is the game is fun, and it can be fun. It's just, it's not really a game that I'd want to be, like, playing for, like, a really long time. Like, when I'm playing, like, I don't know, Warframe or RPG or just some other kind of game for fun, it's something that I'll be like, you know what? I might just sit down, try to see how far or what I just feel like playing in this game, just for, like the day. And I want to see how well I can do, how good I can do. This game, it's like, I'll play it for like, I don't know, 2 or 3 games, and then I'll probably just switch over to something a little bit more fun. This game doesn't seem to have a lot of replayability. I get that it's the beta, and they didn't have a lot of things in it, but think of, like, I don't know, like the Black Ops 3 beta, for example. That Black Ops 3 beta had a fair amount of stuff in it for just a beta. It had, I don't know, like 4 maps, a lot of guns. You could go up like 50 levels almost. This has 5 levels, 4 guns, 2 maps, 3 game modes. It's just really not that fun. It's not something that I'll probably get a lot of replayability with unless I'm with like a good amount of friends, like maybe 8 friends, because that's how much you can have in a party at once. It's not that great. Moving on to the next thing is power-ups. Or specifically, I'll move on from power-ups. I'll just make it more specific. Um, I'm going to say ships and mobile crafts. Just they're not like me or my friends or my dad expected. Like, my friends love this game. They absolutely love it. I, however, do not like it. I invested, like, I don't know, 2.5 years into this, the second one when it first came out, and I remember, even though I didn't like them that much, it was very fun to always do, like, space missions and just run into, like, any of the vehicles with different stats and, like, fly around and attack stuff. And from what it looks like in the game modes, they didn't have, like, a space mission thing that was selectable, and from any other things I saw, they didn't have any just, like, power-ups, or I shouldn't say power-ups, vehicles that you could just get into whenever you want, like you could on other missions. You could get on, like, what I'm in right now, an ATST, or you could get in, like, an AT-AT, and just whenever you want. And they wouldn't always be overpowered, it'd just be kind of like for fun. In this game, they're incredibly overpowered, and when you actually get in them, it takes a little while to kill, depending on how many people are just focusing on it at once. They're not built right, and it's they're not like satisfying whenever you get a kill. Because in that game, in like the older ones, it was a little bit harder to get kills, and it's just so satisfying to do it in this game. So I just don't think they built it right. They should have made it power-ups. They should have just made it something you can get whatever you want. And they shouldn't have made this game mode, for example. They should have made it's like really hard to win if you're on the team that I'm facing right now, the team with Luke Skywalker. The Rebellion or whatever, because I'm on the Imperials, I believe, and it's like super. I've won maybe twice with the as the Rebel Alliance, and if I'm the Imperials, uh, I win most of the time. Like, I don't really lose. There's no time limit. It's just how long it takes till our AT-ATs get over there and destroy their, like, shield generator. It's not hard to win as the Imperials, and how much they're killing the team. The AT-ATs are just very hard to destroy. So just the vehicles aren't built right. So sorry if I talked about that thing for a while. It just kind of annoys me that they didn't do vehicles how they should do it. Seeing as it's made by somebody who made a Battlefield game, which you can use vehicles almost anytime you want. And then another thing I want to say is another power up, the heroes, which this one really pisses me off, like a lot. Like you have no idea how beyond pissed I am that you can't get a hero. It was like a kill streak if you could play Call of Duty. Say you get 3 or 4 kills, however much it is for UAV. You're like, oh, I feel satisfied. I earned this. No, you're like, oh, I found a hero power up and I got it before anybody else. I'm satisfied that I'm lucky. It's not like, oh, it's a random amount of kills, but you're guaranteed to get it if you go, I don't know, like on a tear, like 5 kills. This is a pretty good kill streak in this game for like a regular, like they should make it so it either takes like twice as much if you're in a vehicle or just can't get it in a vehicle. But if you're like a guy, it's just not satisfying because you know you didn't earn it. You just spawned in probably right next to it and you just got lucky. It's nowhere near as fun as knowing that you earned it and then all those kills you get is so satisfying. And then another thing about them is they die like super fast. Sorry, I kind of have a hiccup right there. And like yeah, they just die really fast and you can't like, because if I remember right, in the old ones you could like hurt people, and if you killed people your health would go up by just a smidgen, but it would go up so you could keep using it, and it wasn't overpowered because you wouldn't have it that long. And then it's also kind of hard to control them, and they just look like they move kind of wonky. It's just not built right for the heroes. They're just not good. Uh, and it's very obvious that people prefer very much just one over the other. Like very easily, it's not like all of them are super fun or you have one specific favorite. Everybody just prefers like Luke over Darth Vader just because he has like the force pull or whatever. I don't know. I only got Luke once, and that's the only time I've gotten a hero because how fucking rare it is to actually find them. So next, let's move on to the next con. They don't have enough weapons. I understand this is beta. Like I said, they probably don't have all of them added. They only added machine guns. They have like a shotgun. They don't have pistols. I guess you could call that little tiny one that looks like a pistol, but it's actually just a machine gun a pistol. It's not. And then they don't have a sniper. Sure, the cycler rifle is a sniper, but it's just it's like a secondary, and you can only shoot it once, and you gotta wait 7 seconds. That's not a sniper rifle. It's really not. And you know you have to like you have unlimited grenades. I remember only having 2, and they're really overpowered in this. You don't get them at random. You just get them every like 9 seconds or something. They're not great anymore. It's not cool to get a kill with them because you know they're very easy to get. And they don't really have classes in this. They might not have it in the beta, but I highly doubt they'll actually put it in here. But like I remember having like engineers, medics, heavy, and if you got like a certain amount of kills, like you could with, same with like getting a hero, the Jedis or Sith or bounty hunters in the old ones, it was similar to that, except for it'd take less kills. You'd get like, you could get like a heavy gunner, and he'd have like this really big minigun if you were on the clones from the second set of movies. You could play as him, and he'd be like really good. And it'd be just cool because you know that you did good with one of the other classes. But it's not as cool because they only have like everybody can always be using the same thing. No one would be like using engineer to. Oh, another thing, they don't have like the droids. Like they don't have the little droids that you can go up to. They'll heal you. You just have to wait for a time limit. Otherwise, your health just comes back incredibly slow, like it did in the old ones. And it's just no, that's not a great system. They really just didn't think it through. And from what it looks like, they're not even going to employ any of the, like, they're not going to put any of the older movies, or not, I guess not older movies, but the first 3 with, like, they're not going to have, like, Wookiees, they're not going to have, like, any of the cool planets, like Kashyyyk, they're not going to put any of that cool stuff in there, like, that they had in the old ones. It's just going to be, like, the very first 3 movies, which seem to be everybody's favorite, but like I said, I'm not a big fan of the Star Wars movie in one of my other videos. It's just, they should have those. Those are a very big thing in the older ones. I always liked playing as like the droids from the enemies. They always play as like whatever the silver droid was. He was a fun one to use because he was kind of in between heavy and light gunner. So I think that's all the cons I can necessarily just think of. I didn't write any down because I don't like really scripting any of my videos unless it's like a tutorial video because I might need that right next to me. So I'm just going to say some of the pros. I think I have like 2 maybe that I can just think of off the top of my head is the graphics in this game are some of the best graphics I've seen in any game I have ever played. They're amazing. I'm just going to add a little con onto this. I know you're probably tired of hearing bad things about this game that everybody seems to be enjoying because a lot of people just never played the old ones. Even they're like, oh, I have tons of memories of this game, and then when people ask them questions about the old game, they answer very super easy to ask questions. They're just like they're not that hard to like say anything about them. It's just no one really has played the old games. A lot of people have, I guess, but they just don't really have. This is just not a Battlefront game. It shouldn't be. It should be called a different game. But it's just like the graphics are amazing. They just focused way too hard on graphics over gameplay. Because from what I've heard, this on PC is amazing. Like, this is just PS4, so this is already amazing. So just think of what it would look like on there. I would love to see it, but they just did too much with the graphics to do anything with gameplay. But they are amazing, and that does make the game amazing for that thing. And then probably another pro is I kind of want to say con and pro at the same time again, is they added survival mode, which it sounds awesome, because I think they had that in the old ones. I really only played multiplayer, and every so often the occasional like campaign with my dad, just take it switching off every time we beat a mission or got stuck. But I just remember it was it doesn't look like they'll have campaign, but the survival thing sounds awesome. I played it, and I did die on round 6 because I had to go do something, so I just kind of gave up. But I was like, oh, unlimited survival. This with like 3 other friends sounds like it'll be cool. It's like zombies, but with the enemies having guns. It's like that one thing from Advanced Warfare, but better. And then I read the description after I lost. It said, yeah, by the actual game, you're only going to get to round 15. That doesn't sound that hard, really, because I got a pretty good time on this, so realistically it'll probably last about a half hour total. It's not that fun. You'd think they'd have it so you could enable it so you could just play unlimitedly, but no, it's 15 rounds. It's not that much. This game, I'm just probably going to end the video here saying how much I just don't like this game. I wouldn't recommend it unless you are a very huge Star Wars fan or you just haven't played the old ones. But I recommend before you play this, if you have a PS2 or any other console that the old ones came out on, play the second one at least. The second one, I never really played the first one that much. I remember playing it a few times at like a friend's house on Xbox. But other than that, I don't think I really ever played the first one that much. But the second one was my jam for 2.5 years, and I'd recommend playing that before you play this game. You can go ahead and leave hate comments. I really don't care if you don't like my opinion. Like I said, my opinion, if you like the game, go ahead out and buy it. I'm not going to stop you. I'll probably buy it as a time waster when I'm really bored, just to hang out with some friends, because I know a lot of my friends love it. So just get it to play with them since they enjoy it so much. But otherwise, I probably won't get it. And I just get it like around Christmas time when my family just gives me a little bit of extra money as a present. It's just, I'm probably not going to get it. It's up to you though. If you enjoy it, then enjoy it. Go ahead. I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to break into your house, break your disc in half, and just say, no, you can't play this fucking stupid game. But, so that was the video. Love you guys. Subscribe, like, whatever. You're amazing. Thanks for watching.